Hey guys, Gaddock Teeg here, bringing you a story mode Scum and Villainy boss guide. In this video we'll take a look at the operation's 7th and final boss, Dreadmaster Styrak. The first thing you'll encounter when dropping into the arena is 4 lines of 5 Dread Guardsmen. Thus far, every time I've done this encounter in story mode, it's bugged, and the ads have only had 3k HP, so we were able to mass AoE the groups. If your raid group is not as lucky, pull each line one at a time, focusing down the officer first, since he heals the other ads. And be careful using AoEs. If the next line is damaged, it will also aggro, so if you would like to use AoEs, make sure to back the groups up towards the entrance. Once each row has been eliminated, Styrak will send his pet Dragon into the fray. Periodically, the Dragon will knock the tank way back and drop aggro. This is the cue for the second tank to taunt and grab aggro. The watery areas outside of the arena are exhaustion zones, so knockback tanks should use speed boosts if available. When the boss begins channeling spines, players should group up for AoE heals. The ability does very little damage in story mode, but the boss will also take reduced damage while spinning, so DPS should not waste cooldowns during this channel. If spines is becoming a problem for your group, you can have your tank soak up most of the damage by standing in front of the grouped raid. That being said, if spines is giving your group problems, then you might have other bigger issues in this fight. The Dragon will also drool acid every few seconds, and will form a green pool on the ground. When this happens, tanks should move the boss far enough so that melee doesn't end up in the acid. The rest of the raid should be nowhere near the acid, so it should not affect them at all. The Dragon will also do a stomp ability, dealing around 8k damage to every raid member, but it is done so infrequently that it really only gives healers something else to do, and is not a big threat. Defeating the Dragon will push the encounter into the next phase, where you will fight Lord Styrak himself. You will begin with a 6-second channel of Lightning Storm, dealing 1.5k damage to everyone every half second. Stack up during the transition to use AoE heals. Styrak does 6 abilities. 2 of them he will do in the same sequence every time, and 4 of them he'll use whenever the mood strikes him. The 4 abilities he will cast randomly are Force Lightning, Thundering Blast, Force Pull, and Nightmare Manifestation. Force Pull is more of a force push, and is similar to the Dragon knockback, forcing a tank swap. Force Lightning and Thundering Blast will be cast at random raid members. Force Lightning is a single target channel that ticks 5 times in 5.5 seconds, with each tick hitting for around 3k. Thundering Blast, on the other hand, is a 1-second cast that deals 8k to the target and anyone near the target. 8000 HP is less than a third of a properly geared player, so your best bet is probably to group up and use AoE heals. When the boss casts Nightmare Manifestation, a random group member will be teleported into a room similar to the mine traps in the Sower encounter. With the raid alert, blank is trapped in a nightmare. The player can choose to kill their corrupted companion to break out of the trap, or alternatively they can sit there and wait for the timer to run out. If the player trapped is a DPS or tank, they should try to break out early by killing their companion, but if the player is a healer, it may be worth saving resources and waiting for the timer to expire. While doing these abilities, Styrak will alternate between casting Chained Manifestation and Lightning Manifestation. Chained Manifestation always comes first, and the boss will disappear and then reappear as a huge phantasm in the center of the room. A group of smaller phantasms will spawn, forming a square of light between them and slowly enclosing on the center. They will continue to close in until the giant vision has been defeated. Players need to group up and burn the giant ad in the middle before being crushed. There is 0 damage dealt in this phase, so healers should top off everyone and then help put damage on the image. After defeating the image, the boss will return for a few seconds and then cast Lightning Manifestation. This will cause 4 different ads to spawn in the area around the center point of the chains of light from the Chained Manifestation phase. These ads will focus the closest player to them when they spawn and latch onto them, casting Force Lightning over and over. Your raid should designate who will get which ad before the fight, keeping healers in the middle. Tanks should split up and take 1 each, and the DPS should split evenly between the other 2, burning them as fast as possible before killing the tank's ads. Whoever is fixated should use a defensive cooldown to mitigate some of the damage and help healers keep up. This phase is by far more intense in 8-man because of the reduced number of healers, so cooldowns are more important in 8-man than 16. Once all 4 ads are defeated, the boss will respawn in the middle of the room again. This is the best time to use cooldowns because the time between Lightning Manifestation and Chain Manifestation is much greater than the reverse. Styrak will continue to do this until he reaches 10%, at which point he'll become immune to damage and resurrect the Dragon pet. The Dragon will now do a stomp, dealing 2k damage every 2 seconds until defeated, but takes increased damage. Not much strategy to this phase, so just get together and burn him down. Styrak will activate again, and this final phase is a race to take him from 550,000 HP to 0 before he kills your group. He will lose his other abilities except for Force Push, but he will begin doing a Saber Toss Force Leap combo on random players, which will hit for close to 20k damage. This is the time to go all out, inspirations, relics, adrenals, bubbles, whatever you can do to kill him before he kills you all. Once completed, enjoy your little bit of RP and distribute the spoils. That's all there is to know about Dreadmaster Styrak. I hope you found this video helpful and that you've enjoyed all of my Scum and Villainy boss guides. Thanks for watching.